A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We will start our program. Tonight we have come to a very, very auspicious program, which is the Student Bar Council election. I'm your chairman, Elgin Zotan, the vice president. Still, due to the after effects of COVID, which have affected us still, even now, even after 2 years, we are prompted to conduct this Student Bar Council election, and I greet each and every one of you to have a very fair evening and to have a very productive session in this program. Firstly, I would like to introduce the who's and who of this Student Bar Council election, how those persons who are prominent for the occurrence of this program. Although this is an online program, I would request each and every one of you to turn on your mic and give a round of applause every time I give the podium to certain individuals. Firstly, I would like to introduce our returning officer, Miss Kelly Rindiki. Everyone turn on your mic and give her a round of applause.
Welcome, welcome.
And our assistant returning officer, Miss Nancy Zodin Bari.
Miss Nancy, Miss Nancy. Thank you for, thank you for.
Yes, and we are very fortunate to have our respected principal, Professor Welcome McCallney, here with us tonight. Let's give him
Thank you,
a bigger round of applause.
thank you.
Now, commencing our session, I would briefly enlighten you all on how our session is going to come. A short report will be given by the General Secretary Longsang Puya on the activities of the Student Bar Council throughout 2021 to 2022. The program will be followed by a speech from Ms. Kelal Rindiki, the returning officer of this SBC election for the term 2022 to 23, wherein I will hand over the program to her. And after that, after Ms. Kelal Rindiki's session, it will be followed by a speech from our respected principal, Professor Welcome McCallney, and lastly, from any one of the newly uncontested elected office bearers of 2022 to 23, and which will be followed by vote of thanks from Ms. Nancy Zodin Pari. Now, before actually commencing on the session, I would like to give you a very brief insight on the Student Bar Council, because for some of you, this Student Bar Council might be a new concept. I will, for the sake of brevity, I will also use Mizo language sometimes in this session. The Student Bar Council is a very, very prominent committee, very prominent body for the thriving of our institution, and it has been formally established in our institution in 2015. The current office bearers are the principal, Professor Welcome McCallney, as ex-officio president, the vice president, which is me, Elgin Zotan Moya, the general secretary, Lom Sang Puya, assistant general secretary, SB Ngolian Kima, financial secretary, Vinesh H. Lalrimruati, and treasurer, Benjamin Larin Sanga, games and sports secretary, Lumon Oma, assistant games and sports secretary, James Lalumpuya, magazine editor, David Lalumpuya, and assistant magazine editor, Rintik Moye. Like I've said before, the Student Bar Council have a great deal of involvement in the activities of this institution because of the many following reasons, which I will be citing. If we look into the various committees of this institution, for example, in the Red Ribbon Club, we have the vice president and general secretary as members. In anti-ragging cell, we have the vice president and the general secretary as members as well. In the study tour committee, in the legal aid cell, in the grievance redressal cell, and the project monitoring unit as well. And other than those, there is a newly formed committee which is called the Media and Documentation Committee, which is a very new and thriving committee as well. So due to those reasons, not only on the limelight, not only on the aspect of the Student Bar Council, the members of the Bar Council have been playing a very, very pivotal role. So it is very important that we have good representatives for this institution. Now, I would like to briefly elaborate, I would like to give you a brief elaboration on the aims and objectives of the Student Bar Council so that you know how important is this post. The aims and objectives of the Student Bar Council as per the Constitution of the Student Bar Council 2015 is A, to work for the advancement of legal education of its members and society as a whole. As a whole, very important. To promote mutual contact, a democratic outlook, and a spirit of oneness among its members. C, to promote the social, cultural, and intellectual development of its members. Very important. To promote consciousness among its members of the events taking place around them with a view to better equipping them as responsible and educated citizens and to build up a healthy students' movement. To promote among its members a sense of service to the people and duty towards the state. There are so many aims and objectives. It is extended to the letter L, but I will not read all of them out. Only based on only those reasons you can concur. You can see that the position of student bar council is very important. That is why I'm stressing it tonight. And other than those, as per our constitution, we have a governing body. The governing body consists of the permanent professors of Government Mizoram Law College, and the elected office bearers as well, and also the class representatives as well. That concludes what I have. So the bar council in poy mo mani kan soita committee college committee peng sang member ni na kan ya red ribbon club te study tour committee ate vice president joint secretary ni legal aid se ate grievance redressal se ate in project monitoring unit hi committee poi mo ta kan project monitoring unit kan college project nei na achin lovil tu lo monitor tu kami monitoring unit apo khalin member kan ni ve bo kan ni vice president la gs te hitin tun haya committee ding thar media and documentation committee the po member kan ni bokatin kan soita kan aims and objectives kan thil tam tak talan ni a kata kan ngai poi mo ber chu kan ngai poi mo ber chim tur chu kan member te ham that na ngai tu ani chu ni a kan program kan kalpui zelanga kan sunzom zelanga tuna chuanin kan election tak hun min kai shwai turin kan returning officer mi scaling di ko ta kalane.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and also the Vice President of the Student Bar Council. I would like to apologize beforehand if you hear some kind of background noises around me, because just now there is a death in the community. So mansan inga monika background noise inga moni alo omani pun khong ai takin min lo shathia mula. Yes, although the chairman has already welcomed you all, I, as the returning officer for the SBC election for the term 2022 to 2023, would like to welcome you all again. And before I begin with the speech or anything of the sort, the election for the 2022 to 2023 SBC office bearers was scheduled to be held on 31st of May, that is tomorrow. But because of the filing of the nominations and the entries and the scrutinization of the nominations, it was found that the nominees were elected as uncontested and unopposed. So I will now like to read out the names of the newly uncontested elected office bearers of the Student Bar Council. The Vice President, SB Ngolian Kima. And for the General Secretary, Lalit Mangaya. If you are present, if you can please turn on your videos, the newly elected, yes, Lalit Mangaya. Yes. And for the Assistant General Secretary, for the post of Assistant General Secretary, Arlal Thiang Lima. Okay. Treasurer is H. Valarim Ruati. Okay. And the Games and Sports Secretary is Zoding Liana. Is Zoding Liana here with us? I did not see him. Okay, anyway. Magazine editor David Malsom Kluanga. I'm so sorry I missed out. Missed out po nilo. Finance Secretary David Lalompuya. Yes, okay. Those are the newly uncontested and unopposed elected office bearers of the Student Bar Council for the term 2022 to 2023. And as I have mentioned, the election was scheduled to be held on 31st of May, but due to unforeseen circumstances or because of the fortunate circumstances, now these are the newly uncontested elected SBC office bearers. And the assistant returning officer, as has already been introduced by the chairman, is Mrs. Nancy Zodimpari Fanai. It has been a pleasure to have worked with her during this election. I would like to thank her on my behalf, and I would also like to give a mention about our respected principal, Professor Walku Makolni, who has always been so supportive in everything that we do. Whatever confusion or whatever complications are there, we would just call him up and he would just clarify in a second. So thank you, sir, for always being there for Government Mizoram Law College. And without further ado, there is nothing much to be said or to be engeni hansoi vak turom lawa chanchu election kha vote ti za chu alolu ta hanti ture mo report tu kha omlem lawa chanchu I uncontested kanti to khamo unopposed klingte anni awangin kan lompui em so I, as the returning officer, would like to wish all the newly elected office bearers of Student Bar Council the very best. Do well, do your best for the welfare of the college and for the future of Mizoram. Oh, i dusak na halani eh. That is all on my side, and now there is a little information. SBC Changlai mek tele kan thang thar tak te kha tuna hemi meeting program zo huna hianin RO le ARO hovin Google Meet a hianin kan ong fole lok don ya charge in lan chung chang kha soi ho lok lo kha arem chang don mo. So now I would like to call upon Lom Sang Puya, General Secretary, to give a report.
pu chairman le kan principal zom tak Professor Walku Makolni te ten kan SBC kalchuak tur kan thopui zom tak te le kan SBC thar ni mai tur te ten kan aro te in zavain ten chumai baka na kan zirlai pui zong te masa in chibai kan buk masa chewa ni e hei kan hun alo top don tareng maya Trump kan hansel ra yang reng le maya chan sang har sat na sang te om wangin election bo ahuna tak exam ma in kan han nei thei lova chunga chuanin zirlai te le kan OB tharte sia thiam na kan han dila SBC mingin chuanin zanin a hianin ya soitur tam tak om tho rolin hun a ren oma kan hmalak na then khat langsar zual te kan han tar lang zoi duwa chunga chuan ma saberin fresher social hlothing tak kan nei theya kumdanga kan ti thin ang bokin chumi a chuanin kan khwaliana ta na puzo than tluang MLA mangin fresher social fel fai tak kan neya chu ta chuanin kumdanga kan lati ngai lutuk lo SOP te alo oma wangin online le offline mode ten kan han tikop noka chuta chun zirlai po ko kim taka kal thei lovin SBC khoir fresher khoir kumtina kan nei thin te po kan han mang thei lova amaro chu one day sport lama te kan han chun zom ta zoka ten panina chun one day sport ni thum chung ngin limom tak le hloting tak kan nei theya ten kan college ina committee kan la nei ngai lo Media and Documentation Committee te SBC malakna azara Media and Documentation Committee te dinin emi noya hianin college social media college official social media account te kan nei thara chunga chuanin Facebook page te Instagram account te YouTube channel te kan neya ten Media and Documentation poimo zia kan thetlang in rinoma an malak na sang a chuanin meeting sang YouTube lama han tarlan te tin kan malak na sang college so official social media account lama te tarlan thina niya tin tu na hianin malak na lian tak mai kalme ka oma kan la zo chi lo de wa chu ta chuanin kan malak na poi model chu documentary film tu na hianin ti chhuat tuma ro man mek ania in buat saina kal mek zela chuta chuanin theitop chuin zirlai te pon kan la chhun zom zel tur angai la ten kan malak na dang le a chuanin SCC online subscription college library in an nei thara hengte kan zirtir tu te fel tak tak te na min support na zara hloting SBC te na kan malak na teng poi mo tak alo ni vele a ten college affiliation chung anga te engi mo chen buina an oma chunga chuanin a hlotin na chu kan ni kan ti ve kan ti mi alo na in principal te theito pin kan tranpui ve in kan thria kan theito OB te le governing body ang zong point theito pan suatlang ve in kan thria ten college college website lama khoison beng tarlan ani to tu na chuanin a hluia tanga tharber thlengin college website a download turte alo omta engte hizir lai ten kan tang kai pui le in kan hria ten part time lecturer in dailo na chungchang kan sei thina henga te kan theyang tokin ma kan la ma ro chu a hlotin na lamero hi chu kan chang chi alowa kan theyang tokin kan one days treasure social kan khwal lian kaltlang ten kan thei topin kan han nor ve a amara che kan tram chung chonin hunin min dai lova tingai na talova ten student aid fund kumdanga kan la man ngai do ni ten kan han sia student aid fund te po kan zirlai ar satna nat na khir khan tak tok ne na student aid fund te man alo nia ten sport equipment sport department atanga deal thei kan hriat te kan han bo zuya kan zirlai hroi tu fel tak tak te malak na zara sport equipment enge mazat kan han dong thar boka tin han seilan do tan chon kan uideu pakhat chu kan admission kan han ti tir khanin tu na fresher ho hi chon an threman kher lawanga lawlu thar tur ni lo second semester ina admission an ron ti chungchanga enge mambuina deu an oma chunga chonin college tan ti in press release te kan han chhuwa ve a khang chungchanga te malakna te chi sang sang kan ne tin scholarship masa jok tu na la kal la ron chuak tur ni lo a masa jok ka te po college ina kan don ma adong ma pol kan ni ngei theina na tin thei top chuin OB ten ma kan han la a ten tu na scholarship la ron chuak lo sko kan la don lo chungchang a po tu na kan vice president thar tur aki mate ho in thei to pan han chua kan la ko la kan than le ngai kha kan han be sei bok ani ti chuanin kan malak na sang kan tar lang fek seng lo sing a chuanin kan la ma chhop nei mek tlem han tar lang leila pakhat na chuanin e journal chungchang engte hi college zirlai sang ina an ron suggest le ke mani point thakan te me mania amaro chu OB meeting le governing body meeting te po in enge mache na ngai to tu na hen ma chhop lien tak ani meka a hlotin na ro kan college lam thu ni to ra kan han nga ya engte hloting ngei se kan tikhop me tu na SBC kalchok tur te hian ten mood court society din chungchang ate zirlai ten du khop lo na mood court chungchang an nei sang te le tin kan mood court loting zo kalo theina na malak na pakhat ania hengte hi kan ma chhop lian tak governing body le OB meeting point alo ngai to te ania tin zoom online class kan kala wangin har sana sang te om the chunga chuanin zoom application subscription chungchang ate ma te kan han la kan college principal te kaltangin tikhanin hloting mai to ra ka ngai lain thil chi sang angen yang athazok du na wangtein le thilrem changjok danga wangtein kan rel fel vek to ni ma se le ngai le lo te kan han ngai chawa ten ICSSR noya law face ro pui tak din buat sai kan han tum chung chang ate po criteria sang a kan thin lo na wang te le engemo ro kholna ma wang te in heng te kan han ti lo ting thei lo wa chung zong chu kan malak na sang kan han tar lan thei chu ni mai se soi mai te po tam takalo mangai maro chu college magazine lama te po kan la tar lang tur ngai la chuanin kan tram chung zong in tu na malak na kan soi zong kha ke mani ina kan ngai tu chu vek ani big lawa ten zirlai puite ne na tanga rodna sang ron lu ta tang te kan han ma kan han la kan ya chunga chuanin lotling zong a khanin kan zir te tu te le kan principal te puina le phalna pumpuina tel lo chuanin kan lotling thei lo ke mani in engma pakhat ma ti han ti lotling thei kan nei lo wa chunga chuanin kan lotling na zong a kan principal te kan zir te tu te na lon thu kan sei tak zeta an tel lovin engma kan ti thei lo wa tin kan ma chop nei mek te atha ni ve kan han hriat ang chin kan ma chop nei mek te le kan committee han din chungchang ate po abul kan lo tran to junior ron kal le zel tur ten min ron ti hlotlin sak emo ma min ron lak sak chun zom chode zel tur khanin kan han be se ya ten kan SBC tram chunga kan zirlai te ta na kan thin lo na sang te kan zir tir tu te abik takin kan principal mit kan lo ti kham na ang chi zong ate ngai dam le thriat thiam na kan dil tak mewa chuanin session thar lo om le zel tura college ta na SBC thazok tu na kan tram kalta aya thazok ding zel turin college podu sakna kan han plan ni ka te zong kha kan report pek the ni kalome.
Yes, thank you, Lom Sang Puya, General Secretary, SBC, Sangni Somni, Pakadatranga Somni Pani term, Kalswakani. Yes, before I move on to the next session, what I would like to mention here is that hemi online election kanti hinikum pandemic trangkhan kan hanti chanan yellow thelo na wangin I RO le ARO kan RO te po in theito pan chua fello na lai te po atamanga RO lama tangin nam ai ro chu ta chuanin kan SBC te le kan zirlai du om tak te in mi troi om na te le in mi thlop na awangin moi polo ten kan om thei thina ni ti kha in lo share lo kha ka hlawa tin kan college GMLC hemi SBC kan election student union ani mo SBC election reng hi I aral muang thina ni mo boraw du om lo hi om ngai lova athleng ngai lova chu kan zirlai te tho ho na le tho oi na ra ani ti kha kan soilang vele tu sham bokani Only now I would like to call upon our respected principal Professor Welkumakoni to deliver a speech. Sir.
Thank you. Miss Didiki, returning officer. Miss Nancy, assistant returning officer. Student Bar Council Vice President Alrina, and other office bearers, and my dear, very dear students, whoever is present. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to deliver a speech. A speech here means whatever I like to mention, I suppose, or I presumed. So since I think this is a very important moment, because we are just pressing on the changing button from the outgoing SBC to the incoming SBC. With the kind permission of the chair, I would like to deliver my speech in Mizo language. Maybe I am better in Mizo language, I suppose. Zaina hian thu soi tu ka nga apia wa ma se soi te lo nga thu soi na hun min pe ka long khom mai. Masabera chuan student bar council he a tool at the hand of the college authority. College thu nei tu college ta na man ruwa siam tak chatak ania chimi ani na ang chuan zirlai te an om thin. ทอปุยน่วมตะกะกันนมถิ่นฮีโลกเลสprincipal นี่นมนับประคัดอันเนี้ยเลละมาชวน graduate เวกกันเนีย post graduate เตกันออกมา experience ตักเตกันออกมากันตรงตู้หัวทุนนี่เราสิละที่เช่นปัลโตเตฟ้าในโตเตอินช่วงคุระพอ responsible person เต society a responsible person เตมานี่ลอยนักกู้ชนะ responsible person เตline of profession เราในโตเตค่ะมิชิง one way or the other mature above the graduation graduate กันนี่ไม่เปลี่ยนละมาชุดตาชวน experience ในตักอาจารย์ชวนก็ตรงวันนี้เราสิละแค่นี้ IFL เลยงี้นี่well versed จอกเตพอฮี in ชิน in กษียช่วงเตช่วงจิตไลฟ์ช่วยตัวเตจิตไลฟ์เตกันนี่นะฮี positive ตักินเฮกเลสาเฮียนกันมังตา in เล็กนั่นแหละงี้นี่มีดังเตหันเดสไปฉัน look down นะเอ็มวันล้ำนี่ละว่า creative ตักินคำยาค่ะกันมังชินเฮียนกษียช่วงส่วนงี้นี่Frank demonstration, I am very proud of the SBC. SBC hi ka chuang chewa tu na mi po hi ka chuang chewa. In tram chung khan tu na hen charge in line lan lo in tram chung khan ti ta ila. Enge ni pandemic oma ama point ania ni ma sela ka te dan pakhata chuan nim za me mo hi alo trou ta ti hian khu ta ila. Aku nuai akan athai angin event akwa hi aler hian azik hian aron zong china ta chan aron zam chuak ram china ni chuan SPC hi a behave na sa ma enge kan ti thei khoya hian nge kan escape ma khoya hian nge kan survival ma khoya hian nge kan achievement thei ti la ya hian vice president te thopui te in zawai hian ni inactive in kasia positive thinking in nei hle in kasia chimi wangson achievement pok kan nei na sa alomum katia athamon thak katia bit takin kan china no sei sok ang khan affiliation approval chung chang thua khan har sanna kan nei ania tuna kan pass out chia te khan problem an nei man thela pandemic awanga bar AIBE exam postpone bor vela khan atto pa khan engeni kanin meeting talk vel chiata AIBE exam an conduct to sianga kan result alo chok to nga ma se bar council kan status kha achiang si lo nga ti lai than kha suk sena ni manglawa chuan kati khan ma se ban nei thak takin kan clear man chiata khami clear na tur ko nga khan tuna SBC te hi a backbone in lo ni ka hereng tong chunga he college a hian lo om ve lai tak le a crisis khala kha zaina kan tinge kum thum lai kha affiliation inspection fee te pelo khatia kan lo om mai ti lai kha lela ma chon negligence kan accuse lo thei do principal chala phung ko tok turania 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20 khang chowa khan paisa kan nei lo top mai ni ma khason deficit paisa in kan settle thin provincialized ni to si up implementation lom si lo nawaran late huam kan da to ting sianga van thuam kan lein thuam ma hian angel warten min lo huanga aza tha kom thau em tiang deu khan lấy thuồng đa vạn thuồng lên thuồng mà deficit đi to xí lầu provincialize lại implement tak xí lầu lại bor về là har san na area lo om kha ani pakhata ti chuan har san na tam tak kan neya maro chu min tong khamwala min attack takin voina SBC swai tu te min cooperative college status in se chianga kan fee structure in se chianga in self support angai jing se chianga ti chuan nikuma khan admission kan hantia kan fee structure kha ke money twin kan revise ta top maya hetian kan ti in future problem om luwang kan in settle theyang kan in self support ang ti chuan kan admission fee po hi tiang simi ro se tia kan han soita ka kha online SCC te po kan lo nei theta ti chuan khafi kan propose kan man chia akha sarkara heti hian min approve sakro ule hei hi zirlai tenen a petu tu tenen consensus kan le ni tia ka soi kha sarkar po alu buin ka sia chu chu kan infrastructure tu na po kan an mang le chia ta isom hi pangat la ya khan principal secretary hovin helai a professional hawa kha kan han soi khoma b eta te so chuan m eta te so lai I e a te so chuan an in nge ni sing ni le ti te an lo ni ve bokan fi hi an ni pe chu ba sin hayara pali vel zilai ten an choi tam viwa ma se ke ni chu kha kan so yang khan hriat ang khan sing khat le sang sari za ni so min rin at pitta third semester le fifth semester kha sing khat le sanga le zakwa som lo ni ta khami settlement a khan wena kan zin lai soi tu te hi ta theng hil to ngai don lo cheu ani ti kha in min lo hriat sakula alom am ka tia thlamwan thak ka ti a in contribution an sa ani diktak chuan ni e Mizoram ma hian ni kuma tak khan fi ti tlem ti borvelan boy pui lai khan ke ni kan san vak maya kan san vak na kha khatila khan consensus om the zir lai bright deu mai nature man deu mai innia in pui tlinga alom katia kami wa khan kan college smooth takin akal chhotura ka ngaya fi kan revise le don ani chuan ni point a harai deuh mai thei ti chuan tuna sang ni som ni pahni som ni le pathum session tuna advertisement kan pek ka advertisement engeni admission kan la session kan chan le tura hi hemi hi bar council of India approval kan dir sa thap to bar council du danang tak in nikum December thelun man lo maila kumina khan March travel ni time ke sia kan thelu ka ti chon ngai ngam se tin kan mission ka July class kan chan dona July August December ma nge hian somni pathum somni pali application kha kan thelu le don ani chuti chon akal dik tong kan ti kha min lo share sagula inzara akal smooth don ani ti kha tuna July swai tu achok tur te hi in contribution ya chu nakin zela po in future time khan hetianga college allow well settled thena tur hian I ka contribute ve any voice ka lo nei ve any I have done something good for the welfare of the college kha in contribution kha recognize college in recognize ani chuan ya dot le chuan ahar sa chung point activity kan han nei ve ram khan in puiting hle in ka sia tin tuna hian kan lo chuak don alo ni ta kan lo chuak don alo ni ta ma ro chu zilai soi tu kan ni na tanga kan chua rual hian degree nen kan chua san don deu thap maya kumin hi ka khriar sual lo chuan final year 6th semester candidate somnga in oma repeater chu machawan oma ta chuan ka chiang le talo kha ka chiang lo teu ti tarom hian chi turahan ma cham wo astoi mo ka khe mai lo ka lo in check na chang ka se lo wa chu tiang chuan result po a tha tho don box sila ya hian ka congratulate chua tuna 6 semester ho bi ka hi tuna 5 nge ni third le 5th semester ron kal tur tan hian en ton tur in nu chia chiang khap maya thil dang tam tak ti chung si in college tan thil tak ti chung si in academic kanon lu chan tak degree po chuak box si in khang zong zong a khan ka fel bere ka chabere ka tin ani lovin college authority incorporate cha ra kha ani ve ni ti po min pom sak ka duwa ela ma chuan ka fing lo ka fel lowang ti ka rezir ti tu te po chu tiang chu ni a mai ro chu in join hands kan lung ruala thata ka kan ti chuan thil kan ti thei ve ani kan enrollment hi atam lawa amai ro chu fel tak kan om ve thin tho mai ti kha ngani a living example in betchi tuna hian in ti thle in ka sia alom om po ka ti ti chuan election kan an hoi hot de dona winai na har sakhom maya Miss Didi kiten trule mema Miss Papa ten trule mema maro chu ti angai sia kumina hian kan zirti tu te pandemic no hian online class hian be se ve de uleka PhD course work online ti ang tu chu assistant returning officer Miss Nancy te an sacrifice ema alom katia ti chuan an kai hruaina hnuaia SBC existing ten in han ti ta election hi mi kan arawin asriang khan a peaceful mai ani lawa hei kadu thusam tak ania college in fiat angin keju college education in mangkania sang khan ko samret pasaria lecturer lut kania chu ta chun zirlai suai tu te pok ngani kan lo mel siat ve china aizola hian chumi college chuan SU anin thlanga chumi party chu anchak khantiang mai te ngani intention political motivated emo interest ne emo politician ho poina an sponsor angchi boro angchi kha kan college hian ka du lo burta tlem lai deu khan party suai tu ngani poimo ni na poimo nei te po SBC anron chin ve te po khan bangro kati mai ni ke chon bangro politics still in on mindset kind on lalut palange in withdraw party le main ni na chin withdraw ti kha helai college hian kon in concentrate se ka du fiau thina chimi chu tu na mi te po hian in a selo kang simin in ron cooperate ma chumi ji nga chuan tu la hian en than kan han hoi hotta election kha an contest in kan RO khan jing khan mi surprise de uleka RO khan aron declare ta jung maya order siam factor ding galosia chuwang chuan election speech po kha ki mate ho te khan vice president kan ni chuan ti te kha kalo ngai chang de urowa ma se khan jong skip vek maya an contest kan tling kha college dang chun sil hai ngo tin karing kan tienge ngai lo la ma lo ngai lo sela lo college min enton se ka du khop mai ni college dang hian ela hian peaceful takin student hood student mindset dik tak college welfare an chu kan kalpui wangin tuna hian SBC body thar hi atuna existing amite nena in interless athar ni thu ma se mi thar ni lo kha post thara in ron ti ka sia chu wang chuan atham wan thak ka ti khop maya a roi tu hui le thar akal chok jun kal chok ang ma se athar lo lu ta khan existing roi tu ni khami spirit la wong him thei tur kha mi engmo sat inom ti ka sia chu wang chuan atham wan thak ka ti khop maya zaina hian ngeni online dilawin offline kuda ngeni legal chamber vela chon anti taila ka cheilam hialin karing chila chimilo sia thiam puila athamwan thak katia alom katia te chuan kan kalle na tura hian tuna hi chuan alrina tenan benglo chungong sela offline class kan kal chuan ngeni graduation day te pokha inun kal thaitura ngai la social com graduation day te po khan fresh social kan kin tuna athar body thar hian tuna kalmek ai ma hian ngani activity anon nei thei tura kan ngaya ngani very bright future ni in kasia chu ka congratulate because why to thar zong te welcome lolom chewa du sangna ka han bok chewni ti chuan akal chuak tur zinga khan in graduate to mai don laya khan ni na in chuasananga college in chuasan don lo ni physically in chuasananga amarsu responsibility binding khalama apik takin documentation chungchang ate khan thil ala oma chuwang chuan in bang si sep lo ni ti kha chaina hian in share dangai mo I have a long way to go before I sleep khalaya kha ala omani government Mizoram law college hian maybe you are no more a student but you are still having engagement one way or the other khamia kha negligence omlovin kan len chua kanga kan len chu kha arem chang tangang lo ani po in chain fel ta komin kha kha chu kan tianga kan nge ni kan mission hi chu kan ti lo ting tura kan ngai ani chu chu kan lifetime hen achievement an tho tho ta chu wang chuan zaina hian kan in thang lo thei lowa kan in thang time does not wait ani tlet awangin chu chu kan china khan kan vice president kan chok tur po khanin duai kan in thang hara mun po kan ne han tang rei kan chu sak then to chun kan se ati adik na chen awang amara chu men he in thiam lo na tur a om san do ba kan the to pin kan ti tu te pon ha nang mani point ha na hian 6 semester bi tak phei chu exam ni som ni palia kan zowa ni som ni panga over to far ko na ro nia ni som ni pariat khan an ron honga ni min an chola ti ko chola zai na hian hetila hian google meet kan hanin mule tham thei ania in ha khop mai chu ti chung chuan zai na hin borok sa takara ngani in thana kha kan lo koi hotta in zara te ponianga aswai tu te zara te ponianga in contest lem lo an contest in kan in ta tian hadam thak takin in than kan an nei the azilai swai tu mel tharte kan lo mule don ta ania duam lu tu klo amin ngai lo duam lu tu ka min ngai lo la principal ni emo academic institution a tho emo hi chu lela ma chon with younger generation with new faces every year every session ania kai po hi kon lang yang reng ania kan rilui khatila ya khan roi tu tharte cha sin la ka han tho ho hun te kha a ha hel om san pa ve le ta thowa kal chok tu te an chu hun ha hel om ti na ne le equally khan ke ka ngai to ne hi chu om a ngai om na le an lo nge ni lo welcome na thin lung kha ke ma hen a 50 mai ania chu tianga principal ni chu nuam takin in siam nang manager lai le zirti tu ten in siam ania ke ma le ke ma po zai na hian kai in congratulate ani principal kan ni na angin ex officio kan nia amara chu zilai soi tu tena min cooperate lo chuan tilti tak tak thei ani lova chulai chuan zai na hian lom thu in rilton te po ania ka ping te point han lama le lama chuan ka oi ma oi lo mo principal ka soi na hoi ai han ti ve te he lo lo mom ve han pa reng reng ania chawang chuan in borong nom tatakara ton session thara chuan offline maximum online to manglovin thil te kan ti ho thei tura ngai tai la pur takin raina roi tu thar te hian pur takin charge ila ang o akal chok tu te changin tin akal chok te po in soyang khan binding tension alom ba ka alumni kha ani tho do na le si chu government miram law ko si in life time hian in ming le in chan sina changin tu man an arrest thei to lo only time point na arrest thei to lo om tlat to chu chu ni wangin let us care let us love government miram law ko ti kha kan soi tel kan cha bok chu ani le ka lo me
Ole sir, kan lo me. Kan principal za takha ni na soya aro ka ni result da rompuang de upop pa dia niya kan ru ka abuai ve ang reng khop me an contested tak hi chu ala ombik lo wa khan kan voi khat engeni experience na khani ve tho ma ero chu principal ina entir na ron soya kan la chun zo manga aki mate po vice president kan ni chuan ti kha an speech tur te an lo in rin swal lo nan vice president ka lo ni ta ka chuan ti khan an thak le mai don ani mo active passive voice ang khanin tin result ta kha engeni notice khana chuak lok to thowa zanina program tur zong zong kha an speech tur te pon lo in rin lok the nan ti kha hun kha a in thua in cher chuan tak zel awang khan he ti han kan han ti ta kha ania engemo so ni china ka soi tak ang khan fel hel deuh te po tamang online a thil ti hi chu in misha thiam na kan han nge thar le ani alright tuna chuanin kan sbc tharte atangin program a kha chuanin anyone ti khani ma ro chu anwai an soidu pon an soi thea mai ro chu soidu tok soi hun tok kha chun sha thiam vek tura ngaila kodan tur in order of sequence kha engma helama changchana om chuang lova akima hi in rin mel deuh ber katia vice president in angin hun in pe masaber tang o akima
Thank you, our chairperson and SBC Vice President Ardrina, and our respected Principal Professor Kumakolni, and our respected Returning Officer Ms. Kellerin Dickey, Ms. Didiki, and Assistant Returning Officer Ms. Nancy Zodimparik Fan I, Ms. Nancy E, and our lecturer to attend this program, and ongoing SBC office bearers, and my fellow students. I greet you all in the name of Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I am SB Ngolin Kima, and you can call me Akima, and I am 4th semester student. And I want to continue my speech in Mizo language. I can share angin government Mizoram lo college kum sang khazaria songko pathum kumadina nia kumin hi kum somthum pakwa along ni tareng maya he kum somthum pakwa kuma SBC in thanhun kan lo thengta a alo mom katia boila mate notice kan lo movek to a an contest kan lo nita a engpo ni se an contest kan ewang college tana ka vision te machop te adan phalo ani ti khamlo shia sakola tin thufing pakathian thil soi fak ain action che hen thuwa soi ring zo alo tiang in voinia hian zanin a hian manifesto hi nei tamlo ma ila kasir lai pui te hian kan thil ti a minlo te ula kadu a tin SBC ka thopui turte kangen du cheu hi SBC a an contest kan ni awangin he SBC kan ni na hi kan principal te kan zir tir tu te oppose na turte le kan zir lai puite chunga omna mo phurna anilo ti kan hriat a tha a college tan zir lai te tan thil thati na tura kan na tho kor ani chakzo ka malak theina tura kan identity ani kan ID card ani ti kan hriat non forward thain ka hria tin chu soire ka tum lova zone ka som du ka soi du chu kan principal te le kan zir tir tu te kazil lai pui te imi thopna e ka ngen du chewa hei kan hriat ang tu finga soi thina luite hian luilian zo alo fina luilian zo hian tui sin ret a fin chin tiang deuh hian kan kolei sa zir lai pakhat emo kan zir tir tu SBC emo kan lo tho ho na ra hian kolei stan thil ro pui tak kan len chu kang ti hi ka ring tlata chu wang kan hun to na ziring kolei stan chane ngai taka kepen turin kasom cheu ani tin ato peratan government zorom lo college tan ngai tu na tharnen ngai tu na sengila government zorom lo college lai pakhar sanai ka har sanna ni dona college har sanna hi ka har sanna ni dona chuwang he college tan thei top chu turin le SBC in dan constitution ani sa te vong hima thei top chu turin zanin a hian ka thopui tele ka zirlai puite kan professor te kan principal te kasom du bok cheu ani. Lastly, government Mizoram Law College, long live, long life. Thank you.
Thank you, Akima, the newly elected Vice President for the term 2022 to 23. Kan kalema in tutung kan SBC OB tharte timayang mo kan SBC tharte kha kan vaya thu soidu kan nilumem kashitsia alova ai kodan turin dot kha sequence kha umlo ga ti akha I tuna hianin engtin nge ain dot kal du turte kan omani kha chuanin microphone in unmute tamaila mo adota kodan tur kha chuang lova helama chang chuan kan lo in ring vek lo po ani theya anyone ti kha ni tho thowa en po ni sera kan in ring vek ani po na thaveka. Yes, whom shall I call now?
Kan GS thar tur khan soi du ta name o.
Yes. GS thar tur chu avare bong bong ve. Lalmangaya, is he here? Tunhi nei lo po ni taila mo uncontested election result declaration poi om lo po ni ta se election speech atan big shim shima zanin program kha duan kha ni ta kaga chu kan lo in ring tu ra khang ka nga ya lal mangai omrem chang lo ani chanin assistant arlal thiang lima assistant GS. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay.
Like, kan secretary silawa chuanin GS berom silawa chuanin kema ai o turang athachang dol tu ber tura randing arlal thiang hima third semester mi min la shevek kimvek lawanga arlal thiang hima third semester mi kania tuna hianin students bar council atan hinin AGS in contesting kan tling ani alomum khopmaya chuti role ro chuanin kan vice thar ti tomila khamina soyang khanin ke mania theina te kan tumna kan vision kha engma kha danglam lo ni ti kha kan soinghal duwa entirna thohan pe ila pate tlanchak ai chuanin palian tlanchak chu alom zok lo mo ake pen zawzong te athui zok dona kan students bar council kalsfokta te an malak na ten thorim na te aro pui a thai me ma khami zong thareng chungin tuna students bar council a mi thar post thar chel tu zong te hianin kan thei top le a big takin ke ma poin ka thei top kan ron chhuwa don ni ti kha kan soi le duwa chuanin zanina hianin hun thatak mai kan nei theya alom kan ti hle boka abikin keima chuanin keima bi ka chuan junior kan lania councilor junior chun tur ang kha kan ni awangin nung dang college dang angin kan froi tu te nung zui dan te akal phung te kha kan la hrechi alo ani mai theya maro chu kan thei tok le kan thei na zong kha college tan zero light tan kan hlananga kan the chuak don ni ti kha ka soi thei tong mero se kalome
Yes, Arlal Thiang Lima, that is the AGS Assistant General Secretary. And H. Balal Rimrati, I hope you are ready with your speech or...
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay.
So tu tam ka phai chu ka nei em lawa ka chan te khanin atam zok le chum shai ka tu anyon soi to a so ban tan hun te re lo zok nan ka chan te soi thum shai kha kan ring de ha ni se chuan ke hi ka mi hi ai shwal ram wati ni a tu na han fifth semester zilai tu kan ni a tamal was venga kan ni ta an masain he treasurer post to student in lungwa na awaga an contest kan ni hi lom thu ka soya kan in lungwa na te fak om ka ti a chang je hi future po kan ma huna ta pon ni se ti hi ka do thu sam ani a tin ni pumlam khan finance finance ka khoya sar benjamin lerin sanga ke shoina azara tling lo tok chugin kan han tling to ve a ben po afela ado theya an chuak tur po hi an ngei omin ka sha kin midang SBC OBA dang chuak tur te po kha ngei dom don le in ka sha tin he post sel tur hianin ka tling big lawa ka ter big lawa e finance lampang le treasury lampang pe tu sum lo involve ani ba han claim lo sensitive ve do bok nen hian pin khul le pe pa ta ka ti te lo ngai china amaro chu tu te walin tinga ka sayang he possible pai tak le thiang him takin pim khu tak chungin ka chal ve lam te hi ka sai thei to gan ni e ka lo me
Thank you, H. Banal Rimrati. Now, moving on to the Finance Secretary post that is going to be taken up by David Lal Ompuya. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Firstly, good evening to everyone and greetings to our concerned officers, the principal, who is also the Students' Bar Council president, faculty members, Student Bar Council members, and fellow students. Firstly, I thank our chairman and also the returning officer for the opportunity to express myself. I'm David Lalampuya, elected, who has been elected as the Finance Secretary on contest. I should say of the best law college in Mizoram, as our principal always say. It's an opportunity, and I am delighted to be a part of this Bar Council. Without further ado, since the program as scheduled previously had to change a bit, the speech, I think I did not have time to rewrite with the church that I attended just earlier in the previous 1 hour ahead. I should say once again the speech of our Vice President, Mr. Mr. Elvin, as well as our principal, as always in the past, has always enlightened me. And the words that they spoke tonight, I should say, is an encouragement for me personally to take up this post as well. I should say that particularly about Students Bar Council has given me an opportunity beyond my reach, and the experience that I had as the magazine editor in the previous academic year allowed me to understand my duties much more in a profound way. The administration of the Bar Council, which is unlike any other students' union in other colleges, and I should say the meetings with the principal inside his office had given me knowledge and wisdom which I will never find in the books. So I think with all those experiences that I have had, along with the teachers, the principal, especially in decision making, has enabled me personally to become a better person. And I should make mention of my seniors who, from the first day in college, has encouraged me, especially seniors, in the important to coordinate and prepare an annual budget which is required for the activities of the college, and to ensure that the budget that we prepare is presented in front of the Student Bar Council, so that we can adopt it, and it will help us to maintain a transparent financial record. So this I think would also allow us to ensure that we move into new venture of raising new projects such as alumni donations for the college library, also for the establishment as well. So I think as the finance secretary, I should also take initiatives along with the principal and also with the office bearers of Student Bar Council and the teachers to ensure that alumni take part in such kind of venture, so that finances that are required for the establishment of a better library center with the new building as well, and also various other projects could take part. So, and also I think we could also ensure that all purchase orders are signed by the required officers or the office bearers. That will help us to coordinate the requisition and order as well. So I think those are such things that our seniors have already done. It is not a new record that we're planning to do. It's not a new thing. But I think it's always important that we need to do the math in everything as early as possible. And as the college, even without the Bar Council, I think the college could do anything without the Bar Council. But students have been given the opportunity to grow, to mature under the leadership of the principal and the teachers. I think that is the aim of any educational institution, to provide holistic education. So I would also like to conclude my speech by saying that accurate financial reports will be given in all the meetings as required, and also I will perform my duty as may be delegated by the president, the vice president, the GS, or the treasurer as well. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, David. Now I would like to call upon the Secretary Games and Sports, Zoding Liana, if he is available. Atira introduction apo khanin kamurem chang tolawa Zoding Liana hi a insha emle.
Oh, Miss Kalo soilok may nga ay intria technical issue na idawa group aron so ya. So aron na chang le lo join thoro chukatia.
Okay, all right then. Now
Well,
if
Miss,
yes.
kan James mo hi an Wi-Fi hi alo chiang lova message mi lo thona mo. Atong kan lo thor lo ve kan ikha.
Okay, all right. Yeah. digital khovela hi chuan technical glitch le technical problem te po hi omlo thei lo ania okay kanin shithiama David Masom planga magazine editor kha soidu le soidu te nei ni chuan in kan som ve le ngalang o
ane zaina elai munaron tel zong zong te hin zabain che beka book chewa ina big taking kan principal le election aro le assistant aro te chibe ka book chewani kema bi ka hianin chanem han ngai na le matso bang hi kanga hle maya amaro chu ti ro chonin ati hotling tur chuan theina le in pe na tam ta ngai don ti te ka retela chu chung tu chuan in thlomna karon ngen masani masaberim kan college magazine editor post cancel ve dorani atu da chuanin matchop le eng mo kan nei ve no la chung te chu ti lon theng e kein be sia chung ti lo thing thei tur po chon thei top chuwa turin tran kalang ti kha khan soi masadua chung ka matchop te chu antalan chim simatan ama sabera chuanin kan college hianin legal newsletter pa ngai hi kan la nei lo ning ka ria chu legal newsletter mumal tak le changklung tak kan nei thena turin mala kain ti amatin chumi pelama chuan chumi tur chuan mi engemaw zat kan mamo dona wangin atui mi le mantrang kai thei tur mi thiam deuh let te kha kang kha kan la in pot sop don ani achunga chuanin college an ani ti hria min thlopa min lo tranpui tur khanin kan som ngal bok cheu a he chumi pelama chuanin kan la ti ngai lo ning ka hria a ti theidan kong om chuan a kong hai zon ngar ka du a chu annual magazine chau ni lo half yearly magazine hi theiram chuan han ti suate kan han real rook deba chu apui mo bera chuan ki mana ka real rook bera chuanin legal awareness lampanga chanlak ka du deba chung te wang chuanin half yearly magazine hi semester top lama hian theiram chuan han buat sei te kan antum ani a tin chu mai pelama chuan MZU discussion forum tenena changkopin legal talk emo legal discussion ang chi te mi magazine department mang hianin an huai hotte kan ril ruk de boka chung te po chu a theidan kong te omani chuan le thuron min pedu te in nomani chuanin khang thuron te kan bong the ni ti kan soitela chuanin ka han ti tum le pakhada chuanin kan issue discuss dante kan debating skills ang chi te tema ti phui sueti changklung turin Mizorama kan debating style ni lo debating style tharlam le debating system tharlam introduce kadua chung te chuka ti theya hun te kan ni chuan ti hotling ai turin ke in bo se chung tan chuan in thomna te po kam mo do na khang jong jong tan kan soi te jong jong kha ti hotling tur chuan in theina le thima tam tak te po ngai ti ka hi a chunga chon ka tling ka lo tling to lo me thaya mai ro chu khang khanin thuron tele Roman na thazok te min siampui tu le min pe thei inom chuanin khang te dong tur han ka in pe renga tin kalo tin ti sual le a thei lo ani point in siam rem turin ka run ka renga ni ti te po kha kan soitel duwa tin a top na tan chuanin Mizoram a college zong zonga annual magazine travel ka peng chau ka ti thei lawa amai ro chu annual magazine kan mu to a chuan arin tlak berle da chalatan po man tlak reng thei tur pe thei tur chawin thei top ka chuang ti kan soitel bokani kalome.
Yes, thank you, David Malsongtlanga, and thank you to all the newly elected office bearers of the Student Bar Council. Once again, we wish you all the very best and we congratulate you once again. Tuna chuanin kan program toblam kan lo nai to thu soi ngor ngor ania tuna chuan zai turin chumi khami chu ilo so bang hanti tur kha omlem lova I kan ngai thadeu chu chu ta so yateng kan soi deu mop mop boka a toblam kan lo nai don to anga tuna chuanin kan ARO Miss Nancy Zodin Parifa nai ne changin vote of thanks dongai chang.
Okay, thank you, Miss Didi. That was all a very nice speech. Athamwan thakin na purom to leme. First of all, I would like to thank God for giving us this opportunity and for giving us a peaceful election. and also for giving us a reliable and responsible newly elected office bearer for Student Bar Council. And also, I would like to thank our respected principal, Professor Walku McColney, for his endless support and for all his encouragement words. And also, I would like to thank our present the Student Bar Council. I don't know whether this is the right time or not, but I have to say this. I would like to thank our present Student Bar Council, Vice President Aldrin Zotan Moya, and other office bearers for all they have done for our college and for all the contribution they have made for the college. And we wish you all the best for your future ahead, and do visit us sometimes. I would like to thank all the students who took their time off to attend our program tonight. This program will not possible without your support. And lastly, I would like to congratulate our newly elected office bearer of Student Bar Council. I wish you all the best, and I hope that you all will try your best for the progress and for the development of our college, Government Mizoram Law College. And I do hope and wish that you all will be a good example for other fellow students. Okay, that's all for my vote of thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Nancy. So that is all as per the schedule of our program tonight. Thank you everyone who has joined in Zava in Mangcha Ule.